All right, guys, back in the shop. We did some testing so you guys can chill out with everyone being all butthurt about us having to do things other than race. So here we are, back in the shop. Gonna work on Beetlejuice a little bit. We have some stuff going on here. We've got the turbos mounted. Got the flanges on there. We're gonna get the headers built in like a week or two. We're gonna take it down to Hippie Fab, and because it's a twin turbo compact, like, you know, mid-mount turbo kit, the header is essentially gonna be the hot side. So James is gonna do all that, and then we'll put the wastegates on. He's gonna do the headers with EGT bungs, and then all we're gonna worry about is wastegate placement. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna try to get everything else done on this car before the 2 weeks that I have to take it to James. So we're going to run the cold side. We have all of the exhaust, so we're gonna show you guys all the titanium stuff from TISS Fab. We got all aluminum for the cold side. We have this nice billet merge from Race Parts Solutions, which we're gonna get welding on here. So the goal for today is, I guess, complete the cold side minus the blow-off valves. It's a little weird for me to be building a turbo kit in this fashion. Normally, you mount the turbo, you run the hot side, you'll do the cold side, then you'll do the exhaust last, but for this application, it doesn't really matter. It all needs to get done, and they shouldn't really interfere. Everyone's kind of in like a different spot. Like the charge pipe's up here, the hot side's down here, and the exhaust is back here, so they shouldn't interfere with any of them. When you're doing turbo kits like on Hank, where it's got that, you know, that center forward-facing turbo, you're going to be routing the hot side around the exhaust, around the charge pipe, so they all have to work together, where they're kind of separate entities. We're leaving the fuel tank in this location right here, and we're probably just going to run this fuel tank. I mean, there's really we're not running, you know, the feed in the front, but we'll probably do some ducting from the turbo to that hole, because I really don't want to cut the hood. This thing looks beautiful. Don't really need to have like the holes cut in the hood for airflow. We'll get the airflow from the front, shouldn't be a problem. Plus, these things are so big, I doubt we're gonna be able to maximize these turbos before we start blowing the motor up. But yeah, getting Beetlejuice knocked out. It's got the pan on there. I'm waiting on the oil pump. Once I get the oil pump in, it's time to start plumbing. So we got the fuel pump mocked up on there with the front cover. See, we're running the cam drive, so that'll be nice. And yeah, I gotta get, if anyone's got a fuel pump, I'm looking for a Little Bertha Nostalgia pump. It's like a 18 or 20 gallon a minute dual spur gear pump that'll fit right there. That's just a pump I'm using for mock-up, an Enderley 990, so we're not really going to mess with that too much other than just having it there. But before I get started on this stuff today, we're going to be messing with the prime weld. This is like the what does it have some numbers on it? The 325, I think, with the water cooler. So I got this welder not too long ago. The guys at Prime Weld hooked me up with it. I've previously been using Alpha TIG, which I like. I'm not a professionally trained welder. I'm self-taught, so I just kind of, some stuff works for me, some stuff don't. I kind of set it and forget it and just kind of go from there. But when I got this thing, I couldn't get it to weld aluminum like I wanted to. And I bought this with the water cooler mainly to weld aluminum. Leave my other rigs set up for welding stainless. This is going to be primarily aluminum welding. When I started off, I didn't like aluminum welding, but now it's probably my favorite thing to weld, and I feel like the welds look the best. You have the ability to make better looking welds with the aluminum. So originally I had like some stuff backwards and I didn't have it configured right, but I haven't spent any time. And it's not fair for me to say that I don't like this, because I haven't spent any time with it. I pulled this thing out the box, welded once with it, did the cold side on Hank like immediately. Out the box, turned it on, did the cold side, didn't weld like I wanted it to, didn't really look that great, and I switched back to the other welder for the exhaust, and that looked great. So before I get started on this, I'm gonna spend a little bit of time practicing, trying to get this thing dialed in, do some homework, a little bit of test and tune on this guy, get all the settings right to get to weld like I'd like it to. And then this welder definitely has like better features than the other one, and you could tell just by welding it. It fights through the contaminants in the aluminum like it's nothing. You guys, if you guys weld at home, you'll know that dirty aluminum it's probably one of the most challenging things to welder when you get contaminants pulled to the top. The clean feature on this welder smokes the other one. So definitely has better bones. I just got to get it tuned up right. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time welding on this, and then it will be, you know, the fabrication side should be relatively compact. We're going to run the cold side through this opening right here, and then have it kind of go up into this Y. So yeah, I mean, it should be pretty straightforward. The biggest thing is I want to get all the welds to look nice. I want it to look good. This is a badass car. It needs to have a badass turbo kit, so I don't want no wonky shit on it. Some people don't like the turbo kit that I modified and built on Slick Rick with, you know, the offset turbos, but I like it. You know, it's a little bit different, but it's not, you know, everyone's cup of tea. Beautiful car, first gen Camaro. Everyone loves these. Got to make sure this is everyone's cup of tea. So that's our game plan. We won't get to work. So I'm gonna do some testing tuning and see what we can do. Y'all, we got the welder dialed in. I'm pretty happy with it. Respectable welds. So we're gonna go and get started, and first order business, I'm gonna weld this onto that. So Dave, you like that, or do you want this to have a bend and be kicked down? Or do you like it right there, or do you like it like turned down?
Probably like that.
Huh?
Probably turned down.
You like it turned down? Because the pipes from here are gonna go under this and up. So you want to put a bend in it right there.
Might make it look a little bit more natural.
Okay. No, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. I'm all about that natural look. You know, we don't like no fake asses.
All natural.
We like real ones. So instead of that, just have like a little.
Yeah, like a little pie in there.
I think it'll look good. I like where your head's at. All right, let me get started on this unit. Well, looking through my PRI bag of goodies.
Yeah, they did.
I thought I had. See, this is like, look how rusty that is, dude. That didn't. I put that in the bag. I don't want you to think I bought that shit at PRI. This is what I was looking for. Oh, this is one of my fresh units from PRI. Deburr. Look at that. Yeah, I want to get that shit in the drawer. So we've upgraded some fab stuff. I think I like my Amazon one better, honestly.
Dang.
I don't know, that shit kind of works. So look at our fab section right now. Smoked the blade on our stand-up bandsaw, so we got to get that. But I just cut this on the portaband, squared it up on this, our new belt sander, and then we got a nice drill. And then look at our fab table. Come over here. Come over here. Look at our fab. Look at the fab table, bro. So I'm gonna move that the Camaro where this Camaro is, and put my fab table. So that whole bay is just gonna be fabrication. Well, look at this unit, dude. Like 1 inch thick.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, honestly.
Pittman stood on it, and it started to cave in the center. So other than that, it's perfect. It's perfectly flat. But yeah, what are your thoughts, Dave? What are your thoughts? Like, we're really leveling up.
Yeah, you're leveling up.
Are you ready for me to build you a turbo kit on something?
Sure.
What do you want a turbo kit on?
To be determined.
TBD?
Yeah, TBD.
So for those of you guys that don't know, Dave got really into boats and shit, and now he's getting back into guns, which means the next step would be getting back into cars. So we're trending back. Look at how nice that fits.
Yeah.
So you guys at home like this, I want everyone to comment and tell me what you guys think.
Nice.
Having it kind of down there, just like a little.
Yeah.
So I think what we need to do is figure out where like the smallest point is, and it doesn't matter when we weld it to the one, but when we weld them both together, the bottom, like, it's got to be perfectly square. You know, because if you're off, then it'd be kind of tipped up. So first order of business would be to weld this unit out. These are the dual seal.
Belly fan.
The dual seal clamps.
Working.
So look at how nice that shit fits in there. Damn, that shit's gonna fit like perfect.
Sheesh.
Just a little bit of angle. That's nice, ain't it? Man, we might have to weld it, just stick it up there like that. Inappropriate, dude. Inappropriate. What do you think? Just clean it up, weld it out?
Sure.
All right. Hell yeah. First weld, Beetlejuice turbo kit coming together. All right, after a little bit of welding, we got this. This is our, I guess, part that attaches to the throttle body. A little bit of downward angle on it, which looks good. Just like that. Not bad. Not bad. I kind of like it. Questioning if I should have done 5-inch, but there's no point to do 5-inch when it goes into a 4-inch opening for that 105 throttle body. So I got dual 3.5-inch going in. I don't know if it's just going to look like it's too small, but the motor's not that big. It's only 427-inch. So if it was like a 500-inch big block or something, then I'd probably go to the 4-inch charge pipe like I did on Slick Rick, but everything is smaller. So the 3.5 should be adequate. You could probably honestly done 3-inch, but I think 3.5 will look better. So we're gonna get this on the car here, and then we'll start doing some kind of like mock-up and fitting on running the pipes over to the turbos. So I don't know where I'm gonna put the blow-off valves, but I gotta keep that in mind as I'm doing this. So we're gonna get this thing clamped on here. It's got this nice dual seal clamp, Wilson manifolds, paired up with Race Parts Solutions. They sell the other side of this with the dual O-ring, so it looks good. Gives you a little bit of flexibility. I'm wondering, I probably need a V-band somewhere else in this kit. So I gotta figure out where, because if this is like a Y, you're not gonna be able to get them lined up perfect. You need to have another joint, so we'll have to go through that at some point. So Slick Rick, much easier design where it could all be one piece where you just kind of set it down, but this, don't you agree, we're gonna have to put another V-band in somewhere?
You could maybe hide the V-band where it's like,
yeah,
have like a, well actually I don't know, because you might not be able to get that in there.
it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, you're probably gonna have it somewhere where you can put this piece in and then like connect that piece.
Yeah.
Because you can fit that in from the side.
Yeah. It's just, if it's like a
in.
big Y, I don't know if you're gonna be able to get it in. Maybe, I mean, but also you want it to be easy to work on. You don't want it to be a pain in the ass.
Exactly.
I'm gonna try to
take
do
other stuff off.
I'm gonna try to do it as one. Because I'm gonna try.
Hey, no way.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Dude, my mom told me I could do anything I put my mind to.
You a magician?
I haven't put my mind to it yet. What's your thoughts?
I think it looks better than the 3.
Yeah. But I guarantee you the outlet on this shit right here. You try to make it 3.5? I think it'll look better.
I think it'll look better personally. I think twin turbo kits look goofy when the
charge pipes are real small. I mean, there's no point to do 4-inch.
Yeah, the 4
because it's 4-inch into the throttle body.
Yeah.
So if you do dual 3.5,
like it would look good. Like, I mean, no, it would look good, but the 4-inch is way overkill.
This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut the legs off this on each of these, right? That'll get me in a decent spot. That'll get me in a decent spot. I'll cut these identical with the legs off, and then I'm just gonna try to fit them up there and see what I would need to do to just like weld the butt of these together right through here, and then just weld all the way around. I think that's the move. Don't you agree? Custom shit.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, and probably shortly after that piece, you could probably put a V-band.
Yeah.
And then connect the second piece.
Yes and no.
Like
they're not removable, but I need different ones.
Oh, really?
So they do have to come off before.
So that side's permanent, essentially?
Well, so it's just heat shrink. So you cut the heat shrink and you pull it off.
Okay.
But I need to get new ones anyway, so I need to cut the heat shrink off.
I didn't know if they had some sort of adapter like this where you could take it off, because I was going to, I mean,
just
you could almost
fold it down and behind this bar.
If it wasn't on, you would almost be able to like slide in your charge pipe as one piece.
Yeah, I mean, you could, right? You just go like this.
Yeah, just fold it back and just,
yeah. Stick that guy in there. Yeah. All right, guys. You can tell by the black around that weld I dipped my tungsten. Doing things we're not supposed to be doing. I didn't realize this adapter is 4-inch to dual 3-inch. Well, dual 3-inch wasn't going to cut it, so I got dual 3.5-inch. The downside is I don't know if I have any more 3.5-inch here. I might need to order it. Also, this is 16 gauge, not 11 gauge.
Ooh, can you get it?
Yeah, I can get the 16 gauge. I can't get 11 gauge or 10 gauge. Okay. I like 10 gauge because it's super thick. Or it might be 11 gauge. I don't know. See how thin it is?
Oh, that is.
It's very thin, dude. Very thin. So, but here, hold that up there like we talked about, guys. Look at this. Look how good that looks. Damn it, brother!
Yeah, boy.
That honestly, that does look good. So I'm gonna weld this one completely out. I'm gonna tack it up one more spot over here and weld it out, and then this side will be done at least down to here. We can put a V-band in here to go the rest of the way, or we can cut it back and put a V-band further up if we need to. But I'll get this side welded out, and then we'll go over to the other side and have to modify it because it's gonna touch right in the center. So I'm just gonna have to slightly just modify that, but I think it'll look great. I'm excited about it. Let me look and see if I have more 3.5. If I don't have any more 3.5, this is really gonna hurt my feelings, dude. I have another 90 and 3.5, and this looks like it's an 11 gauge. This is thicker. This is substantially thicker. This is substantially better. See, this is how you tell. That's 4-inch. That's 4-inch. Any other 3.5-inch? That's 3.5. Anything else hiding back there? Ooh, I think that might be a 45. 2 45s. 3.5. Let's see what we got. Yep. Hey, Dave! Watch this, guys. Watch this. Hey, Dave! Dave! Hey, can you get this one for me?
To what?
My hands are full. Can you get this one for me?
Is
Right
it
now?
on the shelf?
No, this one right here.
Oh, no, I can't.
Dude,
I'll got the camera for you.
So you can just see, like, guess which one Dave needs to grab. Dude. Come on, just help a brother out.
Here, I got you, dude.
Oh, all right. You gotta wait. I have some 3.5. Not enough to do it all though. Which is a total pain in the ass. Well, I have one piece of 11 gauge. Look at the difference, or 10 gauge. I don't know.
Oh god, that is way thicker.
Yeah, you could just weld it so much hotter. I don't think we're gonna have any issues. Yeah, I hope we don't. I mean, we might. I don't know. If we do, we'll fix it. But yeah. All right, let me weld that out here. Just set this stuff right here. So I got a half a 90.
You got 2 straights right there.
2 straights, and then 45s. I might could make it work. Probably not. I need to order some shit for sure, most definitely. Oh, we just got a ticket. Stormwork, baby. You send me an email, john@johndocrecovery.com. What do you think? How's it look?
Pretty symmetrical. I
think it looks good.
Yeah, it does.
There's some of these welds I'm not super happy with. Like, I'm welding great there, and then it just gets like one like bad spot, and then I kind of lose my like consistency. Like that shit right there looks good. But I mean, listen, we know Big Joe will rub on my pipe all day long and get that shit looking good. I feel good to take it off and weld it out now, and I mean, we got the Y. We got the Y all done, which I think is probably one of the harder parts.
Yeah.
I can also smooth that off and go over it again, which I'm not opposed to doing because I know everyone on the internet's like, oh, it doesn't look good. Well, it will. It doesn't look good going 200.
Very symmetrical.
You look good from where you're at?
Yeah.
You're happy with it?
Yeah, I like it.
It's so funny, we weren't filming, but as soon as we got everything mocked up, I put the ground on, it's like turned everything.
Back to the drawing board.
It happens every time, does it not?
Yeah.
So, I don't think we're going to have enough aluminum to finish both sides, but I might could get one done. Which I think, honestly, you could do it as one piece because you just set it in like this. So, right in.
Just toss it in.
You don't think so? Dave's not a believer, dude.
I mean, it's possible. It's just going to be one of those, like, annoying pipes to get in.
Yeah, like a Hank is like super convenient because you can work on like everything. You can take the whole motor out and you just have to take the headers off. So you want it to be convenient, but this guy here, that looks pretty good, dude.
Yeah, it does.
Clean it up, weld her out, be good to go. This is the proper way to start a clip right there. All right, that's inappropriate. No more inappropriate jokes for the rest of this video.
Okay.
We got our merge on there. Doesn't look like it, but this was a 4 to 3 inch. That's now a 4 to 3.5. Did it fit? No. Did it weld? Kind of. Is it stuck together? Yes. Will it move air from turbos to Manifold, yes. And let's see how our fitment is. I'd say spot on the money.
Looks good.
Looks good for my house. How's it look? Like, looks decent? Got good flow? It'll look better when it's polished or powder coated, one of the two.
I don't think it's going to move air very good.
You don't think it's what?
I don't think it's going to move air very good.
You better take that negativity straight to the house, brother. You better take that right to the house. I think this, I don't want to say, every time I say this in a video, I jinx myself, but I feel like this could possibly be the challenging part. Probably not. Probably not. I don't have enough materials to finish it today because I ordered everything in 3-inch, not 3.5. So I'm going to call Wade at Race Parts right now and order some more 3.5-inch. And it really pisses me off, dude. This, and I will say, if you're going for weight, the 16 gauge, this sucker's light, but
That was definitely way lighter.
I got a comparison here. So these are both 3.5. Doesn't even seem like a lot, but it actually is. Like if you feel the difference in weight though.
Literally double the weight, double the thickness.
Yeah, it's my nickname in high school. That's absolutely insane.
No more inappropriate.
That's absolutely. Listen, it was a nickname. I didn't. The names are given to you, not chosen. I don't know what that was about. That just came out of left field. But it looks like out of each turbo. Oh, dude, maybe a 45. See, the issue
Honestly,
is
a 45 looks like it would work.
the issue is if you 45 it out, it's not going to be a 45. It's going to be like some
It's
weird
definitely
angle.
not a 45.
But you're going to need to have two of them because it's going to be like a kind of a weird angle here and then another weird angle here. So
I want to say it's almost more like a 60.
but you know what? I got that thing now where I can go to 60, which is wild. So we're letting that cool off for a second. We'll get that up there. I don't know. We haven't made the decision yet if we have to put a V-band in there, but I'll probably order some additional materials and 2 3.5-inch V-bands. That way you can take the shit apart. This is a pain in the ass when it doesn't come apart good. That way also, once you weld the V-band onto like this side right here, you can build this without having to take this centerpiece off. And then, yeah, I think I don't, another V-band's another area for a boost leak, but we've been really good about that, so I'm not too concerned about it. But yeah, I think it'll look good. We'll just keep. Is it lunchtime? Yeah. It's like 2:30.
You can always just, silicone coupler.
Dude, no lie, you could. If you had 2 solid pieces, you'd put a silicone coupler on it. It's just not good when you have a silicone 90 because that doesn't eliminate movement. So you need to eliminate the movement. But yeah, I mean, Hank had 2 silicone couplers on it, and we went 490s with it. So it definitely can be done. So we're gonna let this cool off for a second. We're gonna grab something to eat. We'll come back. I'd like to at least get one side done, or close to done, or at least mocked up where I'm like, hey, I got to put a V-band here, so I can feel like I just hate starting a project and not getting done with it. So let me call Race Parts and order some shit right now. No more inappropriate shit in videos. All right, we got our Y on there. Listen, this weld right here is driving me up a wall, and this one right there. So I'm gonna grind it back down and just lay a whole new bead over it. You guys will never know. Other than me making this video, there'll be no evidence. But these welds right here look great. So I'm excited about that. We're close. We're a 45 bend right here away, and then like a modified 90. So technically speaking, we could get one side done, but, and this is a big but, and not the kinds that we like. Dude, I'm just not PG today. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the weather. I really don't know. I ordered all this stuff for 3-inch. I wasn't thinking. I thought 3-inch would look good. I'm glad we went with the 3.5-inch because it looks properly sized. Dave, you agree a 3-inch would have looked too small? Yeah. You agree with 3-inch? I mean, it's only a 1/2 inch, but a 1/2 inch could be life changing. Trust me, dude. Why am I just? These jokes are just not even funny at this point. All right. I ordered the flange to go to 3-inch as well, which I don't know if you guys can tell. It's just like it slightly reduces it in size. And could you go and weld that on? Yes, but we're just gonna do it right. So I had them send me some 3-inch, 3.5-inch, which will have like the recess and the OD will be correct and everything like that. So waiting on parts. I got some other aluminum coming as well. I got some 45s and some 90s. So we'll get that stuff here, and then we'll finish up the cold side. I'm gonna get the blow-off valve. Blow-off valve placement, haven't even thought about it yet. I don't even know. In the bend would be like a nice place for them. I don't know. This being so thin, if I did that, I'd want to put a pad over it just to give it some added strength so we don't have any blow-off valve issues. But yeah, I mean, technically speaking, you could run one like right here on the bottom and just cut into that billet thing. I mean, it'd be, I don't know, run two, run one, who knows. I got one blow-off valve. I have one 50 millimeter blow-off valve on Slick Rick, and I have no issues, and that's got twin turbos. So people that say, oh, you run twins, you have to run two blow-off valves, what are you talking about? I could see if you had two separate throttle bodies, then yes, but if you have one throttle body, what are you talking about, for real? So that's gonna wrap it up for today. Pretty productive. Dave, how much time I spend back here?
2 hours.
2 hours? Not a bad 2 hours. Spent a lot of time getting the welder right. Still not 100%. I feel like if I weld, so these welds look better than if I was welding with the Alpha TIG. But then some of this stuff, I feel like I wouldn't have that issue with the Alpha TIG. So maybe a little premature using that welder on this, and should get more comfortable with it, but I have no patience, and here we are. So that's gonna wrap it up. Don't worry guys, we're planning to go to the racetrack. We're going to the dyno tomorrow with the Pro Mod. We're going testing before lights out, and then we're going to lights out. So everyone should be able to take some deep breaths and just relax for a week. Maybe you guys, like, your blood pressure's been up for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, but don't worry guys, I am your new blood pressure medicine. That's just gonna be falling here shortly. So, oh, I can tell Dave's getting some people signed up because they're joining Telegram. Chris is so annoying. He's texting me pictures of us filming. This is what he's sending me. So annoying. So annoying. Alright, well that's gonna wrap it up. We'll see you guys in the next video. I'm not sure, well, next video will be the dyno. So if you haven't already subscribed. We're taking our Pro Mod to the dyno, and we'll see you tomorrow.